Did you create a membership because you wanted to create a scalable program, but then ended up finding out that you cannot scale it? I have noticed a common problem amongst coaches or consultants or doers who created memberships in order to help a lot of people get more done, solve more problems, and take them much further, but have ended up creating a program that is consuming quite a bit of their time and not only creating a bit of a codependency between them and their members, but also cannibalizing the other higher ticket programs that they have. And I'm going to talk about that today, this very problem that people need to think about before they create their programs and how to solve it, even if you've already got it started. The way that you can prevent this happening before you even start your membership is by figuring out how to design a membership that has content and deliverables and support inside it that really helps to lead your members from one point to the next of where they want to go. And I do that inside membership school because it's very important to think in advance about what you're going to be delivering to your members and how it's going to actually lead them to where they need to go. And I have a special Black Friday offer where you can get access to 1 year of the Scaling Deep Society and the membership school program for only $9.97, which is something that I offer only once a year, and it's available for 4 days only. So you're going to want to jump over to my website, scalingdeep.com/Black Friday, and make sure you grab that while you can. The reason why it's so important to design your membership properly with the content inside it is because those two problems that I described earlier can totally happen. If you don't have a plan for how you're going to get the transformation that your members want, you're going to end up trying to be all things to all people inside. And instead of being a leader, someone who helps them go from that point A to that point B and takes them on a journey with a roadmap, you're going to end up just being inside and answering every single question. And you're going to develop a culture of you being the go-to person for every question they have. So the two problems that that creates for you is that that ends up being create a codependent relationship. So instead of them having the expectations of how you're going to help them along and help them do the thing that you want them to do, you're just going to end up being someone who gets tagged all the time, answers loads and loads of questions, and they don't even want to source answers from other people in the community. And it doesn't really create that culture of other people wanting to go in and answer questions because they're going to assume that people only want to hear from you, the coach, and that will just end up creating more of the same tagging, joining calls so that they can get personalized feedback. And next thing you know, you find yourself not really inside a membership or running a program that is one to many. It's just a different way of being one to one inside. You're not actually empowering them through how you're leading them to do the things that you really know that they need to do to take action. You're just being that go-to person, which can totally work if your goal is to have a coaching membership and you've priced it accordingly. And that price point has to be like a fraction of what you would charge if you were going to be doing one-on-one support or if you were going to be doing a small group program. The problem is that most people create memberships that are, say, $47 or $97 or even $147. And they end up being programs that offer a lot of this one-to-many support with a lot of personalized responses in there. And if that is the program that you don't want that to be because you want it to get to 500 people, then you're not going to be able to deliver that support at scale. Because if you have 500 people in there, you're not going to be able to respond to every single, how do I do this? Or will you take a look at this question? And then you don't have a scalable program. Now, the other problem you have is that now you no longer have a reason to sell a more advanced or more hands-on program to those who want more support support because you're giving it all away in your membership. And then anything that you've had that was, say, higher ticket, that's profitable, that you love to deliver in more hands-on way is not as desirable anymore because you're doing the same thing inside your membership. And that is a problem that a couple of recent VIP clients came to me for our VIP days to try to resolve, is how did they fit a membership into their suite of offers so that they are only really giving away what is required in their membership, leaving room for people to buy higher ticket programs that will solve their problems in more intimate and more personalized ways, and also have a program that will continue to thrive with more and more people in it, because that is the whole purpose of having a membership, is that ability to bring in more people and not have the quality of the deliverable really go down a lot. So that is a very common issue. And it is fine if you plan for your membership to never really be more than 100 people or around 50 people. You can easily give a little bit more coaching support to those inside, because not everyone will show up and not everyone will ask. You just have to make sure that you're pricing it in a way that makes you excited to show up. So if everyone, for example, is paying about $100 a month and you have 50 people in there, that's a decent $5,000 in revenue that you can set parameters in your schedule that doesn't have back-to-back clients in it. And if that's what you're satisfied with from that program, then by all means do that. If you want to have it earn six figures, then you'll have to make sure that that membership of, say, 50 people that gives a tiny bit of troubleshooting support, at least access to that if someone needs it, then you might want to charge $200 so that you are making that 10K a month revenue goal for that program. So this is a little bit about looking at the bigger picture. Now, if you have a larger audience and you still have a membership that you want to grow and scale, and you know that your goal is to get hundreds of people in there, then you're going to have to look at, have you got the deliverables inside that can support that? Because if everyone is relying on you to help troubleshoot a question or review something, then you're going to end up having a hard time delivering that at scale. It's actually quite impossible. And that's the case for really encouraging people to either grab a private session with you or private coaching support, or join one of your more intimate, like, group programs or masterminds, which is priced to be able to provide that kind of support. And if you're giving away everything inside the program, first of all, you'll have no energy to scale it. You won't be able to scale it. And then you're not going to be making the profit in your higher level programs that actually provide that support. So this is what you need to actually do. This is the advice that I gave to my clients. I help them switch their thinking from being a coach that everyone's codependent on to a leader and a guide who presents content and their support in the membership in a way that provides the guidance of what their members need to do. And when they do need feedback on how and where to get it in an efficient way. It is less about being the person who will respond to everything all the time, and more about putting them in a direction of where the support lives. So that can either be by having clear, distinct content areas of places where they can learn, and perhaps even having comment threads titled with those topics so people know where to go find support in it, or they can call for other members' feedback in those areas, or the content itself, or even providing the learnings for the month and the themes, really making sure that they're broad enough that it's probably good for most members to be participating in that, because it's relevant to, like, a good majority of people, and giving them really simple ways to interact inside those month of content, whether it's on a group thread or a group troubleshooting call, or even profiling a couple different hot seats to demonstrate how other people are working through the content that month so that other people can see how to get that result. And then having maybe a little training. That is one way that you can really show up in a membership and help people take action, because that's what a membership is there for. It isn't really there to be providing that one-on-one type of support. Again, I mentioned the ways that you can do that earlier. You just have to price for it, and you have to set limits around where the numbers really need to be maxed out at in order for it to not really be delivering proper value anymore. And as long as you're okay with that, fine. But if you are making it around that one-on-one codependency, that's going to be something that you're going to have to switch and start doing it in these ways that lead people towards the action that you want people to take, which is really what most memberships are there to do. They're designed to help people take consistent action, and they mostly live in the category of action and implementation in your business model, which means that you've got to be showing up and providing the kind of support that allows them to explore topics and then do something with that, knowing that the majority of people in it are going to get some value out of pursuing that action in those areas. So that should be something that you can work out in your content roadmap and give you a long enough vision with more general enough types of themes that you can deliver that regularly for the long term. And people are always going to benefit from working on those similar types of practices and goals, with maybe a bit of accountability in there. That could be part of it. And that's really the role of the membership in your business, unless it's your one size fits all program and you've priced it enough that you don't need to charge for other things in your business. And that's really just a critical decision that you need to make. That's what I help you do inside Membership School and the Scaling Deep Society. And as I mentioned, one time a year, I've got a great deal, and that's this Black Friday. So for 4 days only, I've got really good deals on my signature programs and a few of my workshops that are going to make a measurable difference in how you create and design your membership. Whether or not it's just an idea in your head, you're just starting it out, or you've been running it for a while, you always have to make sure that the program is doing those things so that it becomes sustainable, that it is providing you with enough profit to keep running it and joy, so you keep showing up and doing it and adding value, and then you're helping your clients reach their goals. That is the magical combination to having a program last a long time, bring in that amazing, consistent, recurring revenue that we love, and something that you can be very proud of in how you serve people, which can add so much to your business and help you make the impact that you ultimately really want to make. So you can head on over to scalingdeep.com/Black Friday, check out all the deals, and I cannot wait to see you in one of my programs, helping you design the program that you love. Thanks for being here, and bye for now.